Hello, everybody. How are you? Good to be here. As always, I hope you're having a lovely day here in the UK. It's a bit hot, sweltering, in fact. We're going to be getting up to, I think it was about 27, 28 today, and having highs tomorrow of 32 C. For the Fahrenheit boys, what's that going to be? That's 64, close to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So hot stuff here. Got different background on because I'm down at my daughter's and I'm in the soon to be baby's room. So there's stuff all over the place. So I thought I'd put a background up for you today. Just bring you up to date then. OES wise, nothing new there, but as always, we'd recommend that you do log in on a daily basis. That's where the information's going to be. And as per the last two messages in O News that we've had, our CEO has said that shortly or within a few days, keep checking back because that's where the new updates are going to be. So please do that on a regular basis. Obviously, we will let you know if anything is there through social media as well, so that you can go and check it for yourselves. Um, Johnny Lindver has done a new video, a new song, which is pretty cool. If you get a chance to go and watch it, it's on this channel at the moment. Put it up earlier on today. It's called Stand by the Flame. So go and check that out. Really good. Also, big thank you to Chris Johnson. Hey, hey, man, for doing his live yesterday. Good to see him, wasn't it? And also to our very own hula hoop girl, Susie McRae, who did a very good live as well yesterday. All of these are on this channel. Go and check them out. And you will then be up to date with what's been going on over the last 24 hours. In case you haven't heard, Marty DeGamo has changed his YouTube channel name to On Passive Nation, just to make it easier, I think, for people to navigate to him. So if you do see that channel, it is Marty's channel. Okay, he did put the update for that on this channel and many others as well to bring you up to date. As always, guys, I do like to try and bring something to the table. And today's topic that I've chosen is different types of paid advertising. We've talked at length, haven't we, about how to be successful online in business. Hey, Chris is still here. Hi, Chris, how you doing? I was just saying how good your live was yesterday, my friend. It was very good. I try to bring things to the table whilst we are waiting for the next phase that are going to help you and assist you in your business moving forward. And this one is, in my opinion, up there with what I've been talking about. So we've gone through doing the surveys, getting the data, knowing what our customer wants. We've built our website, we've put it out on the internet, we've made sure that we are ranked as high as we possibly can in the search engines. We've got funnels built, we've got merchants sorted, we've got call to actions, we got all sorts of things all done and dusted. Next stage then is the marketing part of it. We've talked already about how AI marketing is going to really revolutionize normal ways of marketing, but there is other ways that you can market. They are paid advertising. Okay, and what we want to do today is go through what types of paid advertising they are, and you can then take this on board and make your own choices of which one may suit you if you are going to be prepared to pay. Remember, guys, free advertising is always the best form of advertising. What do I mean by that? Well, the very first one that is always the best source of uh, advertising, okay, is going to be word of mouth. That is the number one best form of advertising. Why? Because normally when somebody is telling you about something, A, it's somebody that you know and trust, and B, you take on board what that person has to say. That is the good link to have it. I always use the two examples of when somebody has seen a good movie at the cinema. What's the first thing they do? They'll tell loads of people about, oh, you've got to go and see that movie. You know, the one that's advertised, it's about this and that. Go and see it. It's really good. And the other one is having a nice meal, either in a new restaurant, a new pub, or a new place or venue, and you've really enjoyed it. What do you talk about to everybody? Yep, I had this fantastic meal at this place. We had this. The service was really good. The ambience was really good. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. That is, in my opinion, word of mouth is the best form of advertising. You haven't had to pay for anything, and people are very excited about what they are talking about. Makes sense, doesn't it? If you can get people to start talking about your products, your services, you, in fact, your website, all through word of mouth, really is going to help you be successful online. If you can't do that, then we start looking at what paid advertising is. So, what we are going to do now is we are going to share my screen, and then we're going to crack on, and we are going to start looking at different types of paid advertising. Okay, here we go. So, paid advertising encompasses says various methods where businesses pay to promote their products or services. These methods include search engine marketing, SEM, social media advertising, display advertising, video advertising, native advertising, and retargeting. Each of these strategies use different platforms and formats to reach specific targeted audience. That buzzword again, targeted audiences, aiming to drive traffic, generate leads, and to increase sales. So that is the overview of what we're going to be talking about today. It's up to you to decide if you're going to use any of them or none of them. The choice is yours. But what I'm bringing to the table today is to give you the knowledge base of what is out there that you can utilize. Obviously, the one that is not there is AI marketing. This is something that we will talk about at length, and we will go into a little bit more about how AI marketing is going to work and evolve. But I think for this session, we'll just stick to what these are. So let's break down then the different types that we've just explained. And the first one is search engine marketing, SEM, or in other words, pay per click. Okay. Businesses pay search engines like Google to display ads at the top of their search results when users search for specific keywords related to their products and services. If you go onto Google right now and you put in sofas, for instance, you'll probably get 2 or 3 sponsored, it will say there, adverts. Those are paid adverts that somebody has paid to have Google put at the top of the page, hoping that when you put in sofas, you will click on one of those adverts, navigate to their website, and purchase a specific sofa from them. We can do this obviously with our own businesses for the specific products and services that we will be selling. There is a cost to it, and that depends on how big your bank balance is, how many clicks you want to have going to your website, what areas, what demographics, etc. Now, this is where your data that you have collected prior to doing any paid advertising really does come into play. Why? Because you have got a very good idea of the demographics of what age groups, locations, times of day, that people are going to be looking on search engines for your product. If you got that data prior to doing any advertising, guess what? You're standing a very good chance of to be fishing in the right pond for the right targeted traffic. Otherwise, all you're doing is throwing a lump of money and hoping for the best. This is why I always go back to saying get as much data as you possibly can about the demographics of the people that you wanted to sell to, who's going to be interested to it for what you are trying to do prior to doing any advertising, because then you're not wasting your money. Also, you will get a lot of analytical data from the SEMs and pay-per-clicks that will give you a really good insight into how people uh, look at your page, how long they stay on it, what they click on, where they're from, the age groups, what time of day they are going to look at it. And then you can start using that data to refine that advert to get the best click-through rate possible, so that you are giving yourself the biggest chance of making sales from that advert that you have out there. Is it good? Does it work? Well, of course it works. Otherwise, people wouldn't do it. But how successful it is depends on all of the equations that I've just said. This is why I think that prior research really does pay off before you start paying any money. And this goes along with social advertising, media advertising as well. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Reddit, loads of others as well allow businesses to create targeted ads based on user demographics, interests, and behaviors. When you advertise on social media, it is a little bit harder than doing Google ads, that's for sure. They have a lot more tighter uh, descriptions that you can use or can't use. For instance, you can't use money, you cannot use anything to do with making money online, all these sort of things. So you really have to be creative with your adverts on how you're going to get people looking at them and actually clicking on them. I mean, we all complain, don't we, about social media, about how many adverts are on there. But you have to ask yourself, why is there so many adverts on there? And what is the logical reason for that? The logical reason is because for businesses, they work. They create sales. And this is why it is very specific when you are doing social media advertising. It has to be a completely different kind of advertising to one you would use for Google Ads, for instance. Why? Because you are targeting a different audience, you're targeting a different demographic, and that means that that advert for social media has to be different. It also has to be different for different social media that you are advertising on. For instance, if you're advertising on LinkedIn, you want a much more business approach to your advert, because that's where business people really do hang. If you are targeting TikTok, for instance, what do you think the age demographics of people on TikTok are? I would imagine early teens through to middle 20s use TikTok. And as such, your advert has to be catchy, it has to be bright, it has to be in their face for them to click onto it, because that is the age group demographics. For instance, if you're targeting people on Instagram and Facebook, then you can narrow it to the demographics that you are trying to target. Why? Because it's a huge audience. You are into millions, if not even billions by now, that people have got accounts on Facebook, so that you can really make that targeted traffic to your adverts, very specific for what you are trying to achieve. These sort of things are going to pay dividends. They are also going to save you money. But as always, if you are going to do social media advertising, guess what? Use the analytical data that you get from that advert and adjust your advert to suit what is going to sell rather than what you think is going to sell. Customers will dictate what they are looking for. And if your advert is not working, guess what you have to do? You have to change it. You have to play with it. You have to maybe different times a day, different age group, different areas of the globe. All of these sort of things you will learn the hard way. What do I mean by that? You pay your money, you don't get any sales, so you think, I've got to do something about this, otherwise it's going to cost me a fortune. So you have to navigate using the data that you've received from the adverts plus from the questionnaires that you've probably done, and try and make sure that you're getting the right click-through rate for it. It will also break down your cost per click of that advert. Is it worth your time and money to do that advert? If it's costing you, let's say, for instance, 50 cents a click, that ain't going to be good value for money for you. But if you're getting that down to 5 and 6 cents per click, that is going to be good value for you. Those are the sort of things that you want to be aiming towards if you're going to go down this route. Also, display advertising. What is that? These are visual ads. So they're banners, images, videos that appear on websites and apps across the internet. If you remember, Ash said that we would be able to click a button to allow businesses to do that on our website pages. They're normally a ticker at the top or an ad on the right hand side or at the bottom. You normally have to exit and click it out the way. How many websites do you go on where there's adverts all over the place and you have to click the Xbox to get rid of them? This is what that is. Okay, this is display advertising, where they have approached different companies and said, can I stick my logo on you? Can I stick my thingy on it? And they said, yes, you can. It'll cost you this. And they put it on their websites. Does it work? Again, go back to the logic. Of course it works. Otherwise, companies wouldn't do it. They are using a popular website that has lots of traffic going to it. And in such, they then don't have to get their word out to lots of people because lots of people are actually going to that website. This is one of the things that really did excite me about what we were going to be doing with On Passive, because we're going to have literally millions of users, all with their own websites. And then they would be coming to us to advertise and put their logos on our web pages because of the traffic that we are generating naturally through our On Passive business. This is something that I believe we will see in the future in the next phase. Do I know? No, I don't. But it would be not unrealistic of me to think that if that was going to be offered before, why not offer it in the same way of what we're going to have moving forward in the next phase? Stands to reason, right? So that is another different kind of advertising, display advertising. We've also got video advertising. This involves using video ads on platforms like YouTube, social media sites, or websites to engage audiences with visual content. This takes time. This takes an awful lot of, remember what we were talking about yesterday? Persistence, consistency, perseverance. That is how you grow a YouTube channel. Nearly daily, I get a company wanting to collaborate with me on YouTube. Why do they want to do that? Because I've nearly got 60,000 subscribers to my channel. I get daily between 2 and 3,000 views on any video that I put up. And if they are targeting me to collaborate with them to say, I use this shampoo, it's fantastic for my hair. Look at my golden locks. It really does help my hair and keep it in good shape. That's an example, by the way, because we all know I've got no hair. But what I'm trying to say here is that I've never done anything like this. Why? Because I want to stay focused on what my goals are. And my goals are this business and what we are trying to achieve. Does this mean that I will not do it in the future? Who knows? I might collaborate with people in the future if I feel that it aligns with what I am trying to achieve with my business. Does it affect my business? And the answer, if all of those is no, then yeah, I might do in the future. I might collaborate with another company to put an advert on my YouTube channel. Why not? It's not going to hurt anything and it will bring in some extra revenue for me. Thank you very much. But I do believe that if you are going to go down that route of either doing Facebook Lives, building up your Facebook channel as an advertising platform with people in groups or on YouTube or on TikTok, then you've got to be prepared to wait a long time to build up that trust, that subscription, and all the rest of it, so that you will get then a return on what you are trying to do. So again, it is a different form of advertising. Native advertising. These are ads that blend in with the surrounding content of a website or platform, making them appear less intrusive. It's a very subtle way of doing advertising. A lot of companies are now actually navigating towards this type of advertising because they know the feedback that they get from customers on certain websites that's full of ads and in your face. It's not good for that website. So a lot of websites now saying, I'm only going to do it if we can have this native advertising on it and you're prepared to bring something that is going to be less intrusive to my audience. And retargeting, what is this? These are ads and they are shown to users who have previously visited a website or interacted with a brand, encourage them to return and complete a desired action. Does that ring a bell? How many times have you maybe clicked on an advert? How many times have you browsed that advert, looked at the product, find out how much it costs, and then go, nah, I'm not paying that. So you click off it and you go about your day. What happens after that? Do you maybe get an offer coming through to you that if you then go back to that website, we'll give you 10% off? These sort of things really actually do work remarkably well. Okay, this is using somebody that has been to your website because that website has picked up the IP address of you because you've visited it. Okay, you've shown an interest in what it is that is you are trying to sell. And then you have that person, you've got that person's information, and you can utilize that for your benefit by maybe giving a discount or giving an extra or maybe putting a bundle together, whatever it may be. This is absolute gold to you guys. Okay. This really is something that you should look at, consider, whether it's through an autoresponder, whether it's through you physically doing it yourself with the data that you have from the ads that you are doing, utilizing all that so that you are giving yourself the best chance of making a sale. interesting. All of these things are going to aid you in you making sales on your business. This is why you should never disregard paid advertising. You should never just poo it off as something that I'm not going to pay to do. Why? Because it actually does work. But there is a massive but to it. It requires an awful lot of work. It requires being very persistent in your advert, tweaking it, changing demographics of where it's going to, age groups, language, countries, times of day. All of these sort of things have a direct impact on your sales. But the information that you will get back from the analytical data from that advert will help you to be able to fine tune it, but it will cost you. So, what am I advising here? I'm certainly advising that word of mouth free is the way to go. But if you want to boost and give your business a good kickstart, then maybe one of these is certainly something that you should consider to aid your business to get going. So this is why I'm saying to you, don't just disregard it. If you are going to use it, make sure that you have designed adverts specifically for each of those departments that we've talked about today, rather than having one that you just stick everywhere. That ain't going to work. It really is a minefield out there at the moment. It was before. And how you navigate it is going to give you the best chance to be able to be successful. And as Gene said there, you've got to have the budget to do it. If you haven't, guess what? We will rely on what we are given from the next phase with our CEO. I'm sure there's going to be targeted traffic packages that we can buy from the new business. I'm sure that AI is going to be part of all of that. I'm certainly going to utilize everything and leverage everything that I possibly can out of the new business for the benefit of my success. I sincerely hope you guys are as well. But please take on board all of these tips that I'm bringing to you, because they will help you in the long run. Anyway, guys, that's it from me for today. I'll be back around tomorrow, Friday, for the last one. I won't be here, I don't think, over the weekend, certainly not Sunday, maybe Saturday. I shall also bring something else to the table for you. Same time, same place. That's it from me. Speak to you all very, very soon. Bye now.